For the first time in decades, the San Antonio Spurs' main focus was developing their young talent. Greg Popovich was pretty clear about development being their goal and said that tanking was not an option. The Spurs bounced back from a horrendous start to the season and played their hearts out every single night and had a chance to secure a spot in the playoffs by competing in the play-in tournament. While the Spurs ultimately missed the playoffs for the third straight season, they made a lot of progress in their first year of a full rebuild. Guard is not necessarily a position of need for the Spurs, but there's still a great talent available at this spot. With the 9th pick in the draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Johnny Davis from the University of Wisconsin. If someone had told me in January that Johnny Davis would have been picked outside the top 5, I would have probably laughed in their faces. But after bad shooting percentages down the stretch and other prospects emerging, Johnny Davis finds himself projected around the 10th pick. I still have a lot of confidence in him as a prospect. Davis can get buckets in his sleep, and he ain't afraid to let you know about it. He is a fiery competitor and shows a lot of emotion when he's out there on the court. He has a crafty handle and an underrated burst, but he doesn't always need a screen to score. He can get his own off the dribble. He has a nice first step and is a great finisher around the basket. And if you can't stop him from getting to the lane, he can hit you with a step-back fadeaway jumper. Davis was one of the best tough shot makers in college basketball, and he showed up in big games. He's an elite defender in both on the ball and off the ball situations. He fights hard through screens effectively when chasing assignments off the ball. Davis has proven he can work through multiple actions to force a contested shot. Even if he gets beat, his length and footwork allows him to recover quickly. Him and DeJounte Murray could wreak havoc in the backcourt on the defensive end. The Spurs still need a natural scoring threat, somebody who can take the pressure off Murray, who can do a little bit of everything. The Spurs is the perfect organization for Davis to refine his skills and become the best version of himself. With the 20th pick in the draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Patrick Baldwin from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. The appeal of Baldwin is his size and his potential as a shooter. A 6'10 forward with a smooth release and deep range. Over the years, there's enough evidence suggesting that Baldwin is a far better shooter than he showed in college. He had one of the most disappointing freshman seasons among draft prospects who were projected as a first rounder. Baldwin just hit 34% from the field and 27% from 3, and more importantly, did not elevate his team like a top 5 recruit was expected to. But NBA teams are still intrigued by him as a prospect. Baldwin built his reputation as an elite shooter in high school, and he can be a major catch-and-shoot threat and does most of his damage on spot-ups and one-dribble pull-ups. His size allows him to compete defensively, and he's shown enough off-ball awareness to be able to make an impact on that end. Baldwin also dealt with multiple injuries during the season, and he only appeared in 12 of 29 games for the Milwaukee Panthers. The long-term health of his ankle might be a concern as well, after it also cost him his senior year in high school. Baldwin has considerable pedigree, brings size and above-average ball skills, and projects as a good three-point shooter with a good feel for the game. Sometimes you just got to be drafted by the right team to maximize your potential. And Baldwin seems like he would thrive with the Spurs organization. With the 25th pick in the draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Walker Kessler from Auburn University. After transferring from North Carolina, Kessler showed up for Auburn in his sophomore season and became arguably the best shot blocker in the country. Kessler finished the season number 1 nationally in defensive plus minus and number 3 in overall defensive efficiency rating. Kessler blocked 7 or more shots in 9 games, including 12 and 11 blocks against Texas A&M and LSU respectively, that led to triple-doubles for the big man in both games. The first National Defensive Player of the Year and Conference Defensive Player of the Year in Auburn history. Kessler had one of the most efficient seasons for a rim protector in the last 20 years in college basketball. On offense, he's still not a reliable floor spacer, but he's incredibly efficient around the rim with a soft touch on the block. Working on his jump shot is something he's working towards adding to his arsenal. Mechanically, his shot needs work, but a good sign is that Kessler is willing to learn and wasn't afraid to take them in his time at Auburn. Kessler's length, mobility, and rim protection gives him a unique skill set and makes him a valuable option for the San Antonio Spurs. With the 38th pick in the draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Gabriele Procita from Italy. Procita is an athletic scoring guard who consistently shows impressive creativity, footwork, and scoring versatility. The 6'7" Italian has a blend of on and off-ball scoring that makes him a perfect fit in anybody's rotation. He's a plus catch and shoot player from deep. Procita has a high motor and tirelessly moves off ball to get a clean look. He thrives as a transition scorer because of his athleticism and effort. When a teammate attempts a shot, he loves to crash the glass. He didn't play big minutes in his first season, but when he got into the game, he showed what he can do well, which was definitely shoot the three ball. He has solid mechanics and deep range, and profiles as a player who will only get better once he put on a little bit more muscle. He shot over 38% from three-point range and was getting up nearly 3 a game in only 15 minutes, so he's not afraid to let it fly. Procita has a solid handle and does have moments where you could envision him being a legit shot creator off the dribble with more time. Defensively, he has good anticipation and shot blocking potential and does play the passing lanes well on the perimeter. He's one of the most athletic international prospects this year, but he probably needs another year of EuroLeague competition before he comes to the NBA. Procita is a perfect target for drafting and stashing for the San Antonio Spurs.